I don't think there's anything wrong with preferring to date an entrepreneur, but damn boy, did they light her ass up. Because of what's going on right now, before we even get into this video, I want you guys to go ahead and check out the link in the screen as well as in the description box for ways in which you can help the Black community right now. And happy Pride Month to my Black LGBTQ plus honeys. Hey fam, Aaliyah here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video where we will be doing another Chit Chat Get Ready With Me, because on my last Chit Chat Get Ready With Me, a few of you requested that I continue doing them because you enjoy these types of videos and you want me to switch it up and get a little bit more personal, since I do always do voiceovers the majority of the time. So in order to keep these videos going, I need you guys to give me topics, give me questions, give me juicy stuff that's happening in the world and pop culture, so I can continue having something to talk about. But today I really want to touch on the B. Simone situation, the B. Simone drama. Girl, I want to touch on TikTok and Black creators and the racism going on TikTok. I want to talk about Eat the Rich, if you guys have heard that term on Twitter. I want to talk about the Open Your Purse movement. I want to talk about the working class and how they're way more helpful with helping people than actual rich people. Okay, so we're going to get into those topics today because it's something I kind of want to touch on, and I've been thinking about it a lot, and I think I have an opinion that I want to form and share my point of view on. And then I'll just be dibbling and dabbling into some new makeup. Well, maybe not new, just new to me, okay? I'll probably be doing a very bronzy neutral glam today because I'm just not feeling like doing too much today, ma'am. No, ma'am, not today. It's Friday. I want to turn up. I want to have fun. So without further congé, if you are interested in tuning into today's Chit Chat Get Ready With Me, where I will be doing my makeup and touching on the topics that I just named, then subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed. Tap that bell to be notified of my future uploads. And stay tuned to keep on watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. Alright, I have these new Buxom Staycation Vibe bronzers that I want to try. We'll see about that. I have this Revlon Tropical Vibes palette that I'll use today. I have some Stila, what are these? Eye toppers? Something like that. I want to try this for my lower lash line. Tower Beauty sent me some bronzers. I want to try some of that. I already put my finger in it, girl. And then one last thing. I saw someone on TikTok using this Diva foundation. I think it went viral. Good for her. Yes, I love seeing my Black queens go viral, and I've always had this foundation for the longest time. It just was buried under, my collection of junk. Not really junk, just makeup. My makeup organization is just not organized, okay? I've always had this and I forgot I had it, and I used it yesterday and it looked so beautiful on my skin. It's a cushion foundation. I never used that before, so we're gonna use this again today. I really liked it. And I think that's it for new makeup that I'm gonna try. Let's start off with the eyes and get into these topics, honey. Okay, so the B. Simone drama, you guys. If you guys are on Twitter or Instagram, I think it was on Twitter though. B. Simone was doing an interview with Nick Cannon. If you don't know, she's on Wild 'N Out. So I think Nick Cannon is her boss. Something like that. Anyway, she was on a conference call, a Zoom call, a webcam call, girl, I don't know, an interview, webcam call with Nick Cannon, and they were talking about who she would date and who she wouldn't date. And B. Simone said that she wants to date an entrepreneur. She doesn't want to date a guy who has a 9-to-5. And that's, oh girl, the internet ate her up when she said that. You know what I think? I think people already were not really liking B. Simone, and that kind of just set it off for them, and they were like, oh no, ma'am, the fuck you mean you won't date someone who works a 9-to-5. And I think the problem with that is the way she's, okay, you have to be careful because your audience, like I said in my last Get Ready With Me, your audience is the working class. So she probably offended her audience by saying she'd never date someone who worked a 9-to-5. There are layers to this, okay? Because I kind of get what she was saying, but I also got the offense that it caused, okay? I think people equate a 9-to-5 with minimum wage, meaning if you work a 9-to-5, you don't make that much money. If you work a 9-to-5, you can't be my man because you can't afford me, or you can't afford to take me out. You can't afford to wine and dine me. My man has a 9-to-5. He don't make minimum wage. He makes really good money. He's an IT tech, so, you know, in the tech industry, honey, the shmoney is there. She basically said she wants to date an entrepreneur because an entrepreneur would get her lifestyle. Boy, did the internet eat her up when she said that. Oh my gosh, it's so, I don't join in attacking people, but I was just watching all of this go down, and I was like, oh my gosh, do not make Black Twitter mad. Because Black Twitter has no mercy when it roasts you, ma'am. It has no mercy. Like, people were going in on B. Simone. They were going in on her book of manifestation. Oh my gosh. It's like your career is you making jokes and then you become the joke. Ugh. The humiliation. Let's get back to it. She said she wants to date an entrepreneur because an entrepreneur would get her lifestyle. She said a person who works a 9 to 5 wouldn't understand why she wakes up at 3 a.m. to look at emails or something like that. And people were like saying, wait, people who work 9 to 5 can wake up at 3 a.m. because their shift is at 5 a.m. Okay, 9 to 5 is basically just a general term meaning you clock in and you clock out. You work for somebody, you have a corporate job or whatever the case may be. So I can see why her audience was a little infuriated by that, because like I said, you're kind of offending your audience. It's almost like when people reach a certain point in their career and they make money now, they're better than the working class. They can't relate to the working class anymore. You really have to be careful with that, because the working class is your audience. They are the ones who made your career happen. Like, I know people put work into the career. I'm not discrediting the work that B. Simone has put into her career. I get what she meant, but then I get the offense that it caused at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Listen, who cares about your dating preference? But sometimes, like I said, there are layers. There's layers to this. Hold on, let me finish blending out my freaking eye. I think a lot of the offense came from the fact that her reasoning probably didn't make quite sense, because what does you waking up at 3 a.m. have anything to do with the type of person you're dating? Who cares what job they have? Like, what does waking up at 3 a.m. have anything to do with anything? I think that's one of the problems people had, because that kind of didn't make sense. You're basically saying just, it implies and it offends people, because I mean, honestly, who cares who she really dates? I honestly just think, I say honestly way too fucking much. I need to stop. I think people already were not liking her, and then that just set it off for people, you know, that kind of thing. It was just the implication that people who work 9 to 5s can't hustle. They're not hustlers. They're not trying to make it. They're not grinding. They're okay with making a little bit amount of money. They can't take care of you. They can't match your hustle, you know, things like that. I think that was the implication that it gave off. Like, the majority of your audience are not entrepreneurs. The majority of your audience is the working class. So I think she offended the majority of her audience. It's also like, because she made $1 million off of her book, she's too good for her audience now. I think that's how it came off. Like, I get the whole thing. Like, I get it. I get the whole freaking thing. Oh wait, I need a brow bone highlight. I just think when people reach a certain point in their success, they feel like they're too good for the saying, don't forget where you came from. I actually really understand that saying even more now. It's because you have to remain grounded even when you reach a point in your success, because you're never too good. Okay, don't act too good, because life will humble you. Don't ever act like you're too good or you're above anyone because of the success you have reached. And don't forget who your audience is. The majority of your audience, they're not rich. The majority of your audience are not entrepreneurs. The majority of your audience is the working class. They do work 9 to 5s. So when you kind of try to shit on 9 to 5s, people are going to feel some type of way, because it's kind of like an attack to your audience, attack to your followers. They're the ones buying your product. They're the ones following you. They're the ones who you made $1 million off of, honestly. They're the ones generating your income. Like I said in my last video, you're rich because of the working class. So don't be shitting on them. Be careful what you say. You do have a bigger responsibility when you do have a bigger audience. But I think her words did get misconstrued. But also, I think the 3 a.m. thing, I don't think that really made sense, because I used to work at Starbucks and I had to open and I had to wake up at 3 a.m. so I could be to work at 4 a.m. and that was my 9 to 5. So what do you mean someone who works a 9 to 5 can't relate to waking up at 3 a.m.? You know, that reasoning didn't really make quite sense. I think she meant she wants someone who understands the hustle of an entrepreneur, who understands that lifestyle, that you're always go, go, go. You kind of have an untraditional job, and you want someone who gets that you have an untraditional job. Now that's what I can understand. You want someone who understands that you have an untraditional job, that you're always on the go, that you're always taking flights here and flights there to meet with this person and that person, to go to this booking and that booking. You want someone who understands the job that you have. But just because someone has a 9 to 5 doesn't mean that they're not going to understand the job that you have. I think you have to stop equating 9 to 5 with minimum wage, or 9 to 5 meaning I can't take care of you, I can't wine and dine you. There are a lot of 9 to 5s that make 6-figure incomes, okay? People who have degrees have 9 to 5. People who have master's degrees and PhDs and doctorate degrees have 9 to 5s. It's just like a general term saying that you have a corporate job and you clock in and you clock out. And plus, also, people did make a valid point saying that the entrepreneur life is so inconsistent, there really is no security in it, and I couldn't agree anymore. Our income, or entrepreneur income, we don't have secure jobs. We don't have benefits. We have to figure that out on our own. Like when I turn 26, y'all, I will no longer have health insurance. I will have to figure out how to do that on my own because I don't have an employer. I'm not employed by anybody who can give me benefits. I gotta figure that out on my own. I gotta figure out retirement on my own. I don't have a benefits package, okay? I don't have an employer matching how much I am putting into my 401k. I ain't got that. The entrepreneur life is very inconsistent. It's very risky. Like, I think she just had to be a little bit more specific in her reasoning, because the reasoning, girl, they ate her reasoning up. And then they started roasting her book. Oh, child, they started roasting her book. They started tearing her book apart, like really going in on her book because it was like falling apart and it was poorly made. And it's like, girl, you can't be talking all this shit when you have a poorly made product. And then on top, I do remember like earlier in the pandemic, she was trying to sell a hand sanitizer that was like $30. And we were like, now sis, why are you selling it was around the time when hand sanitizer was completely sold out and you couldn't get it anywhere. You know, people were trying to capitalize off of people really needing like essentials. Yeah, she tried to sell a $30 hand sanitizer. Ooh, girl. I think people just already had kind of a little bit of a dislike for her, and that set it off. And then on top, when the protests were really happening, she kind of synonymized protesting to like something that an angry black woman does. Baby, if you guys know what a coon is, if you don't know what a coon is, it's kind of like a black person who wants white approval. So they won't do anything that's black, like they won't side with black people. They're kind of like the all lives matter black person, you know what I'm trying to say? That's what the coon is, and people were labeling her a coon. She was like, woo! Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about the B. Simone drama. Did you get what she was trying to say? I get what she was trying to say. I just think her reasoning just didn't quite make sense. And she did offend her audience. You're offending the people who are the reason why you made $1 million. If you guys follow her on Instagram, she was doing this road to 1 million like goal so she can finally make $1 million, and her followers were involved with that. So they're the reason why you made $1 million, ma'am. But see, I'm kind of like that understanding person who has grace, and I just kind of got what she was saying. During the rioting and the protesting, when she kind of tried to compare protesting to what an angry black woman does, that rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, because ma'am, she is so loud. Like, she made her following off of being loud and doing loud skips, like loud obnoxious skits. It's like, wait, that was okay to do, but like protesting is what an angry black woman does. It just kind of didn't make sense. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. I was like, girl, what are you talking about? You literally built your platform off of being loud, rowdy, and obnoxious. and we all do her little baby girl, you know, we do her baby girl voice. I do it all the time. Okay, let's move on from B. Simone. That's that on that. Next, I do want to touch on TikTok. During the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, you know, incident that really caused the rioting, the protesting, TikTok kind of banned or silenced, shadow banned, whatever you want to say, the Black Lives Matter hashtag, which infuriated all of us, you know, but then they came back and said it was just a glitch in the system. And the reason why people really had a problem with this was because racist content is always going viral on TikTok, but TikTok's algorithm works so anybody can go viral on TikTok. Like, you don't even have to be a creator, you don't even have to be an influencer. You can be a regular ass person who just made a video for fun, and your video can go viral on TikTok. That's kind of how TikTok's algorithm is working. I think racist content is on every platform. I think it's on YouTube, I think it's on Instagram, and I think it's on Twitter, but it doesn't go viral as it does on TikTok. Like, TikTok's algorithm makes anybody go viral. You could upload one video for the first time ever and your video can hit like 1 million views on TikTok. So I think racist content is always online. It's more visible on TikTok than any other platform. So it almost comes off as if TikTok is a racist platform and they want racist content to go viral, and then they want to silence Black lives and they want to silence Black creators. But then they came out and said it was just a glitch in the system. But then also it surfaced probably earlier in the year that TikTok's algorithm doesn't put like unconventionally pretty people in the algorithm. So basically, if you ugly, girl, you ain't going viral. If you ugly to their standard, I'm not saying you're ugly, but if you ugly, you're not gonna go viral. You're not gonna be on anyone's For You page. And that's a problem. Like, what do you mean? Like, only pretty people are allowed to go viral? Only pretty people are allowed to be on your For You page? So their app is coming off very discriminative, very racist, very elitist, very able-bodied. So people had a problem with that earlier in the year, and then them silencing or shadow banning the Black Lives Matter hashtag really just set people off. Everyone was like, okay, I'm deleting TikTok. If you don't delete TikTok, then you're a coon, or, you know. And the thing also, on the contrary, a lot of Black creators that I follow, they finally gained traction with follower growth on TikTok, especially me. Like, it took me 4 or 5 years to actually get where I'm at on Instagram, and I surpassed my Instagram following on TikTok in less than a year, y'all. Like, you know how long it took me to hit 20K on Instagram? Now I'm at 30K. Shout out to that. Thank y'all for following me on Instagram. But I literally hit 37K on TikTok in less than a year, y'all. So I grew so fast on TikTok. Like, I got a lot of visibility on there, and so did a lot of the Black creators that I follow. So when people were like demanding that we delete TikTok, it's kind of like, wait, no. It's kind of like demanding it's like someone's demanding that you quit your job, even though it's already hard to make money. It's already hard to get a source of income, especially with this inconsistent, untraditional job that you have. So to feel guilt tripped into quitting or deleting a platform that you see good growth on, it just didn't seem fair. Like, I hate when this I hate when people guilt trip the oppressed. I hate that when they make the oppressed seem like it's their fault that they're still working somewhere that's racist. It's their fault that they're still working somewhere that's discriminatory or discriminative. I hate when people guilt trip the wrong people. Like, I feel like people's anger should be towards TikTok, its creators, its app developers, the people who develop the algorithm. It should not be towards Black people. We are the oppressed. We are the ones being discriminated against. Why are you guilt tripping us for not really wanting to delete our TikTok platforms despite TikTok's little hiccups? Because a lot of Black people have to work in discriminative environments because it's just not that easy to go and get another job. It's just not that easy to get hired right away. It's just not that easy to let go a stream of income. I hate how people are angry at the Black creators and not angry in the right. Being angry at the Black creators is just the wrong direction that your anger should be in. Let me know down below what you guys feel about that, if you guys were witnessing that as well. Whew, girl, I'm talking. Let me go ahead and zoom my makeup. This Revlon palette is not that bad. I know people are like, don't go where you're not welcomed. Well, where are black people welcomed? Where are we actually welcomed? We're not welcomed anywhere. That's being dramatic. That's being dramatic, I know. But it's like, it's not, we don't have that same privilege, just walk away and do something else. We don't have that privilege. But then I feel like people felt pressure to delete their TikTok and prove that they're with the cause or with the movement. It's kind of like peer pressure. You know, I feel like a lot of people fall into peer pressure on the internet, and then they feel like they have to prove that they care about the movement, even though they do care about the movement, but they feel like they have to prove it by going with the crowd, and then, oh, okay, I'm gonna quit, I'm gonna delete this, I'm gonna delete that, I'm gonna do that too. And that's why I'm more of a person who just, okay, let me see who's still gonna have their TikTok after this dies down. Let me see who's still gonna upload on TikTok after this dies down. Let me see if everyone is really with this. You know what I'm saying? It's like if someone told you to quit your job right now, the one that makes you the most money, because if you don't, then you're a coon, or if you don't, you're a traitor, you're a sellout. Would you do it? Would you quit your job even though it's so hard already to make money? Would you do it? I don't know, y'all. It's a rock and a hard place. Okay, pretty. I think I'm gonna cut my crease. I ain't cut my crease in a minute. All right, cut is creased. Let's touch on the eat the rich topic, okay? People are about sick of rich people right now, okay? I can't even be mad at them. At first, I didn't really understand what eat the rich meant, because I read a lot of financial books, because I one day would love to be financially abundant, okay? But I get why people are irritated at rich people right now. Now, I hear the saying a lot like, don't be pocket picking. Why are you worried about what other people buy? Why are you worried about what other people got? I get that, but we can get that with people who aren't rich, okay? Because why are you really worried about what people buy, how much people money got, okay, yada yada yada. I get that, but the thing is, when rich people's finances are kind of public, because they're like CEOs, they're business owners, they have corporations. Their wealth is pretty much public, and so is their giving. Like when a rich person gives, the public kind of like knows about it. And the problem is that rich people honestly don't give enough. Like not even 0.001% of their wealth. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't give enough. Rich people altogether have the power to fight world hunger. They have the power to help fund, important things that America could benefit from. They can literally fund for people to have food. They could fund the food banks, okay? They could fund so many things that would help a lot of poor to working class people, which I guess we can't really control where their money goes, but people are kind of, rightfully so, I think rightfully so. Oh shit, not that color. They're just kind of annoyed by rich people now. We're over the flexing of wealth. We want to see how you can help people because you have the money to do so. And people like to throw it back in faces that, well, what do you give? What do you do? What do you do? That's not the point. Like poor to working class people help other people way more than rich people help other people. Like if you see what's going on right now in the world with Black Lives Matter and, donating to bail funds organizations, the NAACP, to help Black lives, to help these families, GoFundMes. If you notice, a lot of us, working class, poor class, we are the ones overflowing these bail funds. We are the ones overflowing these GoFundMes. These GoFundMes are hitting their goals because of the poor and working class. They're not hitting their goals because of the rich. The rich are sitting back chilling. They don't give a fuck about any of this because it doesn't affect them. And that's the thing. Once you become rich or have been rich your whole life, it's like they can't relate to reality. Like they lose touch with reality. They lose touch with real people. It's just like standing up for a rich person does nothing for you. And I had to take a while. I didn't really understand what that meant. They call them bootlickers. Like people who be like, don't tax Bill Gates. Why? Oh my gosh, that poor man. Why would, because if I had $1 billion, I wouldn't want to be taxed. But the thing is, you don't have $1 billion. A billionaire is fine. They'll be fine. They have so much wealth, girl. They would be fine if they gave 10% of their money. They would be chilling still. Like people be like, leave Bill Gates alone. that's his money. And people be saying, girl, Bill Gates don't even know you exist. First of all, Bill Gates is not finna give you $1 million for standing up for him, girl. Bill Gates, you ain't finna be rich, standing up for Bill Gates and defending Bill Gates. He not finna make you rich for doing that. So it's honestly like, what are you doing it for? Why do we cap for rich people? Why do we have rich people's backs? We're not gonna become rich from defending rich people. And now I freaking get it. Because at first I was like, dang, why are y'all so mad at rich people? That was my first thought. I'm like, what the hell did Bill Gates do to y'all? Now I get it. At first I didn't get it, but now I get it. Eat the rich, open your purse. And that brings me to the open your purse movement. It's just kind of annoying that rich people kind of have to be bullied into helping people, into especially what's going on right now. It's sad that they have to be bullied into helping people, but we, the working poor class, will help people in a minute. Oh, they need let me just give $5 to the GoFundMe. Oh, let me just give this person $5 because they need it. Oh, let me just help this bail fund, do what I can to help them. This is my last $5. Let me help you. See, we'll do that. Not everyone, I'm saying, but. And I think it's because we're just more in touch with reality. We can't relate to that rich life. And I feel like it's important when you get a bigger following and you make more money. It's just super important that you just remain grounded. You remain in touch. Ooh, yes. This palette's actually pretty good, y'all. Revlon done stepped up they cookies. Okay, this palette is nice. It's just really important that you just remain in touch because the majority of your audience is just not rich. And you have to be aware of that. Majority of the world is not rich, and you have to be aware of that. That's why I noticed, like, when YouTubers or influencers, when they start making shmoney, you can tell when people start making shmoney. Like, you got designer this, designer that. Your home is beautiful. You have a beautiful home. You drive a nice car. And then that's kind of all you see from them is luxury. Like, we get it, girl. You got the money. But the majority of your audience doesn't. So it's kind of like you lost relatability, which I just feel like it's okay to want nice things. It's okay to want luxury designer. Because I want luxury designer, girl. Yes, I do. But don't just always show luxury and designer, show some affordable things too. Don't act like you too good for something affordable, so you can have something to give to your audience, so your audience can still relate to you and not feel like they just can't relate to you anymore. Just feel like your content is too rich for them. I get it now, okay? Remaining in touch is just super important. Like, I literally will vow to always remain grounded, remain down to earth, exercise humility, remain in touch with reality. I don't want my ego to be inflated. I don't want to ever think that I'm too good for anything. Even if I do have enough money to buy luxury, buy designer, have a nice home, have a nice car, to still remain in touch, to still know that not everyone has it like that. Not everyone can just go out and buy Chanel, can go out and buy Louis Vuitton, can wear red bottoms. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and do a little Marshalls haul for my good sisters who want to know what's good at Marshalls. Like, I don't want to ever be too good for a discount. I don't want to ever be too good for affordable or too good for cheap. I think some influencers do need to drop the arrogance just a little bit, do need to deflate their ego just a little bit, because what is the ego for? What is the arrogance for? And it kind of turns me off a little bit too. I don't think ego and arrogance is impressive. It kind of is a turn off to me as well. Like, I really love down to earth people who don't feel like I'm cramping their style by talking to them, or like they're too good to talk to me, or I'm not rich enough to talk to them, or I'm too poor for their lifestyle. Like, ugh. Then on the contrary, I do feel like some people just hate to see, especially black women, you guys, they hate to see black women do luxury hauls or just live nice or just drive nice cars, because it feels like they betrayed the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when you're black, I just have to focus on black women right now because I see it all the time. Like, I enjoy luxury hauls. Like, they're just so inspiring to me because one day I want to be able to buy myself a Chanel bag or a Louis Vuitton bag because I think they're really beautiful. And then people will be in the comments projecting their financial insecurity, which I feel like if you don't want to watch a luxury haul, then why are you watching it? It's not for you. Leave the comment section for people like me who enjoy that. It's almost like when you become rich, even if you're still grounded, even if you still have humility, but when you show nice things, people don't like it because it's almost like it's not relatable anymore. And when you have nice things, it's not relatable. It's like you always have to have relatability, especially when you have a larger audience. And I'm not talking about celebrities, because people already know celebrities is rich. I think influencers feel like they're a celebrity when they get money, but I think people still view you as a person. And I think people are just over, like in my last video, they're over the inflated influencer ego. But let me know how y'all feel about that. Let me know how you feel about every single thing I'm talking about. Okay, let's have a discussion. Moral of the story is, it's just important to stay in touch. Okay, stay in touch with reality, stay in touch with your audience, and don't forget that your audience literally is the reason for your platform. They gave it to you. They chose to follow you, and I'm very grateful for my audience. I'm so grateful for you guys. Every day, literally, I thank God for my audience and for my followers. You guys are the reason my videos get views. You guys are the reason my photos are engaged with. You're the reason I have DMs. You're the reason I have comments. You're the reason my coupon codes are being used. You're the reason why my affiliate links are being shopped through. You're the reason why I have 63,000 subscribers. You're the reason why I have 32,000 followers on Instagram. You're the reason why I have 37,000 followers on TikTok. You're the reason why I have 20,000 followers on Twitter. So I'm extremely grateful for my audience, and I do not take you guys for granted at all. I'm so grateful. Okay, boom, there's our eye. Let me go quickly do the other eye, and then we can just finish off the face. And I do want to talk about one more thing. As I was off camera doing this eye, the B. Simone situation actually made me want to talk about dating preferences. Now, everybody has a dating preference. We know this. And it's like, when you have a dating preference, you offend people. I guess you offend people who don't fit your preference. Now, I understand some preferences, but I do feel like there are preferences that are discriminatory. I don't know the right word. Like when people say, oh, I'll only date someone of this complexion. You know, very shallow qualifications. You know what I'm talking about? Like the shallow qualifications that have nothing to do with the type of person someone is. Okay, I feel like there's a difference between a preference and then flat out just discriminating someone based on a very shallow reason, like complexion. What's something else that's shallow? Height, maybe? I don't know, who cares? But really, I think the complexion thing is something I don't like. I don't like when people say, I'll only date someone who's lighter. And I feel like that's rooted in colorism. It's like, what does someone's skin tone have to do with you dating them? I think that's very much so rooted in colorism, and that's like the top dating preference that I don't really like. I hate when people say that, because it's not a preference. It's colorist, and you're being discriminative, period. Poo. But dating preferences do rub people the wrong way, especially when you don't fit their qualification. And I think people just project. Let's use this cushion foundation. You just press it and it comes up. When people don't fit your dating preference, it kind of offends them and they project. Do you guys feel like some people's dating preferences are like so discriminative, if you will, that they kind of miss out on a person who could really be good for them? Do you guys think that? Sometimes I think that. Like, what if your dream man isn't 6'4"? What if he's 5'10"? You know what I'm saying? Or 5'9"? I think treatment is the top qualifier for me. Like, it's how you treat me. I want you to make me feel good. I don't want you to make me feel less than. I want you to make me feel like a queen. I want to feel wined and dined. I want to feel prioritized. I want to be taken care of. I don't want to have to worry about anything with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not your ride or die chick. No, ma'am. I'm not gonna be in a passenger seat while you put me in danger. No, that's not what we're doing. I don't want someone who's gonna put me in danger. But again, dating preferences are personal to people. It's just when you say them out loud, then people are gonna judge your dating preference, especially when you have a huge platform. If they don't like your dating preference, they will tell you that they don't like your dating preference. Even though you're not gonna date them, they're not gonna date you. People will be angry at your own dating preference. That's why I feel like you just damn near gotta keep that shit to yourself. There's some things you just cannot get a public opinion on, because once you tweet something, girl, the public gonna have an opinion on it. Once I say something in a video, people are gonna have an opinion on it. So if I don't want an opinion on it, I just don't gotta say that shit publicly. But I don't know, I'm not gonna be the type of person who's gonna be like, you can't have that dating preference unless it's about complexion. I can't get with someone having a preference on complexion. That don't make no damn sense to me. It's rooted in colorism and I don't freaking like it. Yeah, I think I ran out of things to talk about. I think that was it. I think that was all I had to say. Should we just speed through this makeup application? I don't think there's anything wrong with preferring to date an entrepreneur, but damn boy did they light her ass up. Boom. I think standards are perhaps a little bit more important, because when you have certain standards, then they can just weed out the people who ain't shit. You know, weed out the people who will not go the extra mile for you. Weed out the people who won't take care of you. Weed out the people who won't wine and dine you. Weed out the people who won't treat you well. Weed out the people who won't treat you like a queen. Standards then weed out the people who ain't shit, and then you have a selection of people who fit your standard, and then you can pick and choose who the best, period. We're just gonna go ahead and speed through this makeup application and just enjoy whatever music I choose to play in 3, 2. Face is complete. I really love this makeup look. It looks so good. This Revlon palette was actually really nice. I think I might dibble and dabble into it again. Everything was so smooth and buttery. The mattes blended well. The shimmers look nice. I really like this palette. This Stila liquid eyeshadow or eyeshadow topper. Oh, glitter and glow liquid eyeshadow. There we go. I should have just read the doggone container. It looks so good on the lower lash line. I know this will hit the sun just right when I go outside to take my backyard pics. Everything I use will be listed and linked down below in the description box if you are interested in anything that I used on my face. I did not like the buxom bronzers, okay? They're just not made for melanated golden skin. This is more for like cooler toned girls, and I'm just not a cool toned girl. I didn't really like how it looked on my skin, and it barely showed up. Honey, face is sitting. Face is making several points. Can I get an amen? So I hope you guys enjoyed today's chit chat. Get ready with me as I talked about the topics that I done talked about and did my makeup. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. But if you are new here and this is the first time being on my channel and seeing my face, I would love to see you in the next one. Subscribe to my channel and join me and the honeys, honey. And until next time, always remember to serve, honey. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.